Hey y'all, it's July the 27th, 2017, man. I just wanted to holler at y'all. If whoever wants to listen, it's kind of on a personal note. It's a little bit on a personal note, but I feel like, people would benefit from this, to hear this kind of thing. It's not something that you'll hear, usually. It's not something most people will tell you, unfortunately. But now that I got your attention and stuff, man, I just wanted to holler at you about something. I want to remind you, you're a child of God, right? You might not believe it. You might not believe it right now, but you are, man. Who do you think made you? You're a wonderful creature, alright? You're very unique. There's something very special about you. And I can't quite place it, but it's down there, alright? You just need to let it out, alright? Very special, right? And I want to let you know as well, alright, seeing as you're a child of God, alright, you're basically made in His image, alright, and I didn't make that up and stuff's written in a book long time ago. You might wonder what that means. What does that mean to be made in His image? Well, I can assure you that you are not God. I'm not God either, alright, it's a higher power, alright, something that we'll never really be able to comprehend, but at the same time we are made in His image, and that's really it's really paramount to remember, because truthfully speaking, we are creators like Him. He's the ultimate creator, created everything that we know, at least. I mean, maybe there's some stuff outside of what we don't know that He didn't create, but I don't know about it. I'll never be able to tell you about it. Alright, we're creators, just like Him. That's why we're so creative, man. Why do you think we built big old tall buildings and stuff? And we built all sort of stuff, man, using all sort of tools and stuff. You look at other animals and stuff, people crawling around, not people, but little animals crawling around and stuff. They do stuff. They get some stuff accomplished, not in the way that we do, right? We're outrageous. We create all sort of things. You know what I'm saying? Through our mind comes the universe. We create it. A lot of people forget that. We create it, right? So a lot of people, they succumb to self-victimhood, right? Usually you would imagine that comes from anger. They get angry at something. It messes up their perspective. You know what I'm saying? It gets them all mixed up in the brain when they get angry. Sometimes when people get angry, they start accusing people of holding them down or something, like, victimizing them, alright, oppressing them. And certainly, us as human beings, certainly we trespass on each other. Of course that happens, we see that. But ultimately, when people do get so upside down and anger in their heart, they lose sight of reality. They lose sight of what's really going on. And like I said, lots of times they'll be blaming people. They'll be like, you did this to me. You created this around me and stuff, and I don't like it and stuff, and you're hateful and stuff like that. And then you really can't reason with that person. They become unreasonable. Alright? When truth is, and it's a tough pill to swallow, the truth is that we create. For example, I create my whole world around me. That was my doing. Alright? All the bad stuff, to include some good stuff, man. Actually, just get a little bit more specific. God creates good stuff. Whenever you get something good or pleasurable or you feel good, that is God giving that to you. A lot of people don't want to accept that. But when you do bad stuff, or when bad stuff starts happening around you, one thing that a lot of people don't want to accept is, that's their fault, dude. They did that. They did that to themselves, and I'm not an exclusion from that. Alright? Just for example, man, today's my Bebe's birthday. My little Bebe, she turns 7 years old in Earth years today. I'm celebrating that. The thing is, you might notice, she ain't physically here, and truth is, I haven't seen her for a little bit under 3 years now, and that's tough. That's tough, and it's happening to a lot of people out there, especially men, but it is happening to ladies out there. They miss their child. They want to see their child. They try all sort of things to get it done and stuff, and just nothing seems to be working. And they get angry. in their fallen state, they get angry at, say, the other person. Why you take my child? Why do you run away? How come I don't know where you're at? How come I can't, how come I can't see my child and stuff like that? Ultimately, man, I can definitely understand why those questions would pop into their head, but really, honestly, they're misleading themselves still. They're still letting anger get the best of them. Right? Like I said, it's a tough pill to swallow, but in my case, and I would assume in everybody else's case, seeing as they are creators of their own universe, the reason my baby ain't here physically, the creator of this situation, is myself. I did it. I can't tell you whether or not my wife or ex-wife or whatever it's called, I can't tell you whether she sees any of these videos. I really don't know. But if she were to see any of these videos, I would have to reassure her. Physically speaking, maybe she took my baby. But ultimately, when you really think about it, I did this. It's my fault. I'm the creator of my own universe, after all. You know what I'm saying? If I could get her into my universe or whatever, that would be good. But the thing is, the responsibility is mine. The blame goes on me. A lot of people would find this kind of counterintuitive and stuff. There's a lot of people out there who are very concerned about the situation, and they wonder themselves, how could y'all already know, how could Ashley do this? How could she do this? What's going through her brains? Well, I don't know exactly what I was going through her brains, and we might talk about that towards the end of the video, but the thing is, I did this. It was me who did this. A lot of people just won't admit that to themselves, man. It's you. You did it. Right? So angry at that other person. For some reason, you think they did it. They don't create your universe. They only create their own universe. Right? Their own vicinity. The reason that your child ain't with you right there is because of you. The reason my child ain't here physically right now, that's me. And for the past 3 years, that has been me. It's my fault. Right? I gotta accept that. Once you begin to accept that, you'll find that there's progress. Once you can let go of anger and blaming somebody else for your own life, right, you can start to make progress, right? Because I bring that up, a lot of people, of course, relationships are going to be falling apart like 90 going north, right? That's the nature of the beast. That's the tribulation we live in, certainly. But a lot of people, they might want to get to see their child, stuff like that, and by any means necessary, kind of, what I'm saying? They might be angry at that other person, so, they might seek legal action against that person. They might seek whatever action. They might try to kidnap their kid or something like that. And ultimately, I have to kind of suggest to you, that's kind of a rash decision. And ultimately, that's not productive. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people come up to me and say, shoot, if you get a lawyer and stuff, you have rights. You have rights. You have parental rights. Most of these people don't even believe in parental rights, for number one, right? But that's what they'll tell you if they're talking to your face. They'll be like, you got rights. You just need to go to a lawyer and see a judge, and then talk to all sorts of strangers, and then they'll give you your baby because they have the power to do so. And it seems very preposterous to me. It seems very preposterous. And at the same time, it doesn't hardly make sense. I'm the one who did this. Why would I seek? It's not like I'm seeking legal action against myself, right? I would have to seek legal action against my wife or ex-wife or whatever. I don't know what to call her, all right? I would have to seek action against her, and that don't make no sense. I created this, all right? And so I had to figure out, and I had to figure out how to fix this problem. No, I'm not going to go through a lawyer. No, I'm not going to stalk my own daughter and try and kidnap her, man. That don't make any sense. Right? And it's bound to be a failure and stuff like that. I'm not even talking about it. I'm not listening to it. That riffraff, dude. Like, there has to be a better way. Certainly I want to see her. Certainly I want to be around her and hug her and hold her and all that good stuff. There has to be a better way. Alright? And, it might take some time, but I'm going to figure it out. So long as I'm standing here and breathing, it's going to be rattling around in my head. How do I figure this out? I'll let y'all know when I do figure it out. Alright? But ultimately, this is my fault. And if my wife were ever to see this video, understand, nobody's blaming you here. Alright? Yeah, you've done some stuff in the past, so have I. Alright? Was it good things that we did? Probably not. No. I think our judgment was clouded by anger. Our judgment was clouded by just not understanding reality completely. And I want to admit, so here's the thing, I've talked about it before and stuff, it's basically common knowledge now. Yeah, I did some stuff. Well, a couple times I cheated. Well, back in my day, back in, when I was very confused, I cheated on my wife. That was before she was my wife. Right? That was before my baby was even twinkling in our eyes. And once my baby came around, once my baby was in the belly, that all stopped. Obviously, something about me said, hey, this gotta stop. And then I stopped it. Right? And a lot of people would look at me and they would think, gosh, that's probably the worst thing that you did. Because the thing is, I'm not like a serial killer or a weirdo or anything. So they would assume, God, man, that's probably the worst thing you did. That's where you messed up right there. You certainly messed up. I would say it's very bad. It certainly didn't make any sense what I did back then when I did that. I would say that's pretty bad. But you know what? Looking back on it, that certainly wasn't the worst thing that I did. Not by a long shot. In fact, the more I think about it, the worst thing that I did, the very worst thing that I did, and it was terrible and it was inexcusable, and I look back at myself and I see a stranger. The worst thing that I did, I have to admit to y'all, is I didn't show my wife just how special she is. Because she's a very special individual, alright? There's a lot of great qualities about her. And I failed to show her this. That's messed up, dude. That's me totally just being devoid of reality. I didn't understand what was going on back then. I certainly didn't. Alright? And that was the very worst thing that I could have possibly done. Not to show my wife this. Not to show her exactly how special she is, man. And that's what I see happening all over the place. With the types of things that I deal with and I get into and stuff, man, I see it all the time. I see it constantly. These women out here, these ladies and these little girls, they're not shown. They're not shown just how special they are. Like little delicate snowflakes, in a good way. Just pieces of art that walk around. Beautiful on the inside and out. They're not shown this. And it all comes back around. Why aren't they shown this? Perhaps it's because of our anger. Men out there. Perhaps it's because of our anger and we become all closed off. We're not seeing reality for what it is. We're not seeing that everybody out here is a child of God, God's creation, and they're all very, very special and should be treated as such. Especially these ladies, they get very, I don't know if you say insecure, but they need to be reminded. And I failed at that. I failed at that miserably. I look back at who I used to be, years ago, and I'm embarrassed, dude. That's embarrassing. I can't believe it. I can't believe it sometimes. Alright? But I was all upside down, man. I was just barely in my mid-20s starting to figure out what the hell reality was. Also, before that, I had no clue. And it's messed up. And I was just fixing to get rid of my anger and stuff. I was, starting to see reality for what it is. I was starting to see that ain't nobody to blame here but me and stuff like that. And then, sure enough, my daughter ain't around no more. That's terrible. But at the same time, even that in and of itself is a lie. Separation in itself is an illusion. That's a lie told by Satan. He'll be in the back of your head, and he'll be in the back of my head. Even till today, he'll still pop up. Especially on days like today, he'll pop up and he'll be like, "Where's your daughter? Where's she at? She's not here. Where's Bebe? Where's she at? Why can't you see her?" He'll be saying words to me, and then I'll think about it and I'll be like, "Dang, what? I don't know what to say to this. I don't know what to say." And sometimes I get a little bit frazzled. Alright? But after a little while, I realized, this is Satan talking to me in my head. He's trying to tell me lies. And really, my daughter isn't nowhere. She's right here. I think about her all the time. She's in my heart. She's my driving force. There's no way to separate us. There literally is not a way on this world to separate me and my daughter and stuff. So that guy back here could shut his damn mouth, dude. I'm tired of hearing about it. Alright? I'm the creator of my universe. I don't have no one else to blame. He's like, man, maybe you should blame this person. Maybe you should blame this person and that person. What? That's preposterous. That's ludicrous. I'm the one to blame. And I know it. Alright? Just want it to be known. I just want everybody to know I'm the one to blame. The lady who birthed my baby, I couldn't show her how special she was. That was me. That was me doing it. And sure enough, she ran away and stuff. She got scared. my wife. I mean, thing is, you know, I would guess that she also has anger and stuff, man. I pray for my wife. You know, not to say she's a bad person. I'll tell you right now, she's a better person than I am. But I pray for her because the thing is, I feel like anger's got her. I feel like anger's got her now. In fact, I feel like she got it from me. I feel like my anger spread to her. Like, I wasn't able to show her how special she was because I was angry. And then eventually that got her angry and she ran off. And she was angry and scared. She ran off. But ultimately that came from me. I did that. And now she's out there somewhere doing whatever. I don't know what she's doing. But I do know for a fact that she's still angry at me. Think about it. You know, her daughter could and should have her father around physically so that she could see him, so that she could model after him, so that she could feel protected, so that she could feel secure and stuff like that. My daughter should have that. In fact, everybody's daughter should have that. Everybody's daughter needs a father around to keep them safe, to keep them secure, to give them confidence, to tell them how special they are and what to accept and what not to accept. That's what a father does. But meanwhile, my anger somehow rubbed off on my wife and stuff, man, and so now she's angry. You know, I wish she wasn't so angry and stuff, man. Because it's not good to be angry. It's not good to be angry because basically what you do is you give up control of your own life. You know, somewhere out there, my wife's out there, and she doesn't have control of her own life. I don't know what she's doing. I don't know where she's at and stuff, you know. But I can guarantee you, she is not in control. Alright? Somebody else is controlling her life. Perhaps it's me. I mean, because she's angry at me. Whenever you're angry at somebody, that person's controlling your life, whether or not they want to or not. They're controlling your mindset. They're controlling your mentality. They're controlling your emotions. You're not in control. When you really think about it, I don't know where my wife is or what she's doing, but I'm controlling her life. That don't make no sense, man. Her life needs to be in her control. And the only way to do that is to get rid of her anger. Somehow. So I realized, man, you know, if I'm trying to create, in a physical sense, my daughter around me, then I have to help my wife. I don't know how to get in contact with her, but that's my responsibility. I got to figure out some way to get in contact with her. And when I do, I got to figure out some way to try and release the anger out of her. I'm the one that put it there. It is all my fault. It does originate from me. I have to somehow relieve the anger about her. I don't know how to do it, but the thing is, I have to do it, right? Because I look around, and obviously, you know, I got this new channel coming up, and all sort of devastation and tragedy, dude. When a little girl doesn't have her father physically around her, guess what? Lots of times tragedy ensues. Lots of times misunderstandings ensue. Lots of times they have so many obstacles, just, you know, obstacles that are inappropriate and unnecessary, simply because they do not have a father around. Some of these girls out here do have a father around, and that father is so angry, or maybe self-victimizing himself so much that he's so confused that he can't show his daughter how special she is. You know, lots of times when it comes to suicide and getting into all sort of trouble when it comes to these little girls out here, and to include little boys, lots of times, you know, the father ain't around, but sometimes the father is around. And that's what's the most baffling. It's like, how as a father, you wonder yourself, how as a father could you not show your daughter how special she is? Alright? She wouldn't be in this predicament. She wouldn't be in this predicament if you were to just show her how special she is. Can't do that. Some of these fathers out here can't do that, and it's, I don't know, I don't even know what to say. Deplorable? I'll use a Hillary word. It's damn deplorable. I can't believe it. It's outrageous. Alright, but I look at them, and I judge them. The Bible says, judge not, lest ye be judged. That doesn't mean don't judge nobody, by the way. The Bible is all about judging people, by the way. It says that if you're going to judge somebody, you better be ready to get judged right back. If I'm going to look at all these fathers and say, man, y'all are slipping. Y'all, it's incredible how absolutely retarded y'all are. You can't show your daughter how special she is. But I got to look back at myself and say, what the hell's wrong with me? You know what I'm saying? How come I'm not doing exactly what I think that they should do? It all comes back to me. And I guess that was kind of the message and the theme behind this whole video, man. It all comes back to you. There's people out there by the thousands, the tens of thousands. It's a damn epidemic in this country and all over the world, actually, where fathers are not handling their business, and lots of times they turn around and say, oh, this slut hoe lady, she ran off my child and she wants all my money. I mean, certainly that is the case. I can see that she's trying to get your money. But the thing is, you did it. You did it. You did this. You created this. You created your own universe. It's up to you to fix it. But you can't fix it if you don't recognize that it's your fault. Alright? Step 1 and then step 2. You want this problem to be solved? It's on you. It truly is. It's a good idea that you might stop sabotaging yourself with certain lifestyle choices and things like that. It's a real good idea. This is on you. It's on you to do this. Alright? Anyways, I just thought I would lend a little perspective on the matter. And like I said before, a couple videos back, today is July the 27th, 2017. It's my Bebe's annual birthday. Alright? Me and my Bebe are like this. We've always been like this. We will remain like this forever and ever. It will never be broken. That much I can promise you. Alright? Where I go, my Bebe goes, and vice versa. So with that being said, guess what I got? They got kind of crumbled up. But that's alright. Cookies. That's right, cookies. Just like every year. My Bebe loves cookies. Or I love cookies. There ain't no separating me and my Bebe. Alright? So happy birthday. And of course there's people probably all around the world who are also celebrating my Bebe's birthday. Little does she know, she's known around the world. And everybody out there, even if they never met her, if they never meet her, they know how special she is. Alright? What's important is, does she know how special she is? Because when little girls and little boys, when they don't know how special they are, lots of times tragedy ensues. And after that, people are stuck pointing the finger every which way at whoever they can think about. Typically it's bullying. Oh, they were bullied in school. Or, oh, maybe those pills that maybe those pills did it, and, oh, maybe their friends did it, or maybe they were at a party and stuff, and maybe that did it and stuff. No. You did it. You did it. And you're never, ever, ever going to come to a solution by pointing your finger at other people. It's just never going to happen. Anyways, I'll holler at y'all. There's a lot of concerning things going on. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot around the world. Maybe right there in your local area. But at the same time, you're blessed in so many ways. Alright? And we start recognizing that. When you start recognizing, hell, I'm blessed in all sort of untold ways. Not only that, I'm the creator of my universe. And you know what? You can grab the world by the horns. Or by the vagina. That's what Donald Trump does. Alright? Either way, the ball's in your court. You're the creator. No more excuses. You might be a victim sometimes, but you're not a victim forever. In fact, you're basically a victim for a very short amount of time. Something bad happens to you, and then guess what? You get over it. You start to be a man, or you start to be a grown lady, and understand that you're a child of God. All right? You got the power. You have the opportunity. You live in America probably, or in some sort of free country. So, you got the internet obviously. So, you make it happen, right? I believe in you, and I think you're special. I think you're real special. I'm not just saying that. I'm looking you dead in your eye right now. It's up to you. Alright, what are you going to do with it? What are you going to do with it? It's July the 27th, 2017. I'll holler at y'all.